Great. So the next piece of equipment I want to talk about is one of my favorites, and this is the PowerLink. There's a couple of different styles. This one is the little bit newer style, which I'm not as used to, so I'm going to figure it out kind of as I talk to you guys. Um, and you can pretty much anything that runs on electricity and plugs in can be used with this. So I have used this with blenders, I have used it with mixers, I've used it with fans, I've used it with power drills. I've used it with all kinds of stuff. I think I use it with like a little flosser, like the flosser that like spits the water in between your teeth. Um, so I'm going to show you an example with the blender. That's the thing that I brought today. And all you do is you plug it in, and it's actually got two plugins, so you can have two things going at once. I've never needed to do that so far, but it is an option. So, and I'm going to try out this little switch here. So you would plug your switch into the same side that you have your whatever you've plugged in into, and then you can kind of set how you want it. So it can be set. Oh, I hit the switch, so that's why it's counting down. Um, so you can kind of set it. Right now, it looks like it's on a timed second. So whenever they hit the switch, whatever you have it plugged into will run for, it looks like 6 seconds is what they have it set to. You can also do a latch mode. And in the latch mode, oh, it's got all kinds of stuff. You just hit mode until it gets where you want. Okay, so latch would mean that you press the button and it's going to like keep going until you press the button again. Direct. Direct means that if they press the button and they have it held down, it's going to run. If they don't have it held down, they let up, it's going to stop. So it's just synonymous with this. Count. I think that's just counting how many times they hit it. And I haven't, like, that's only a feature on the new one, so I'm not exactly sure. You just can play with it. And then you have a mode for the two switches, which just means one switch will activate this side, the other switch will activate the other side. So, and I do believe that that's like an automatic, just direct link. So you press it, it runs. You stop pressing it, it stops running. Could be wrong though. All right, so what I usually do is I usually have it on a timed, just because I'm always working on them pressing it multiple times. I feel like the pressing it down and holding it is usually really hard for my students. So just the one switch, and then I'm just like, oh, that only ran it for 6 seconds. I need you to hit it again, do a little bit more. So something I have done with the blender is I really like to make like textured embellishments. Now the downside to this is it is hecka loud. Some students don't seem to care, but other students, like, that's going to send them running from the room. So you just want to be mindful of who else you have, and and you also always, like, if you're going to run something really loud with like a student who uses switches, always make sure and warn them, like, now this is loud, so when you hit the button, it's going to be loud, because it can startle them right out of their like seat sometimes. All right, so for this, I've done something where like I'll have them tear it like into kind of a fourth or a sixth, maybe like just some big chunks, and put it in here. And I have them actually like grind the paper up just to make like a textured, like puffy. So something that you have to keep in mind is that if you are using something with a plug, it has to be like turned on to where, like, if you were to plug it in, it would just start. That's how it's gonna start automatically. So I'm just gonna put it on like let's put it on like max, or I guess maybe not dispense. Just put it on pulse, and then when I hit the switch, so that's always like super visually, like they love watching that. So it ran for 6 seconds because that's what I have it set to. And like that was a pretty good long time, but like if I, usually I would think like maybe I'll do 4 just because I want them to hit it more. And I'm like, as you can, like, you can see it, like, it grounded up pretty good. but I think we could, keep doing it a little bit more. So and I can also demonstrate, like if I were to set the mode to direct, that's me hitting it. So it's only going to do that. And then the latch is you hit it, it's going to keep going until I hit it again. So all kinds of cool settings. All right. So that's that guy. And I'll give you more ideas on how to use him later. So the next guy I want to talk about is this one. This is pretty much what I use to put all of the things that like we've made and are ready on to the paper for kids who can't like just place it themselves. So this has like a little kind of vise, and you just need to clip it on the edge of a table or something relatively sturdy. So, and this one looks like it's going to make me put it a little bit at an angle, which is fine. Okay, so now I like to put it close to the student. Like I like it to be like a little in their face so they can actually see it. But I also have a lot of students who will like knock into it and spill it that way, or they'll like just try and grab the stuff. And I've had a couple of students. Most don't, because I'm usually not using it for anybody who can actually grab things. So we'll just say like maybe we want to make like one of these turkey's feathers like a nice orange kind of color. So talking about glue, this pour cup can be used for the glue. I'll show you how it works. My glue is like backed up a little. There we go. Okay, so there are two plugins over here, like this. One up at the top, one up at the bottom. I'm not going to tell you which one does which because I never get this right. But one makes the cup go in one direction. You press and hold. Oh my gosh. I think she gave us a dead one.